Carty Method podcast.
Hey, welcome to the Carty Method podcast. This might be why you feel lost. I've been a professional photographer for 34 years, and I get it. Feeling lost is actually part of the creative journey. I've been there myself countless times, actually. And during these times that I've felt lost, I've been wondering if I'm on the right path or even if I had a path at all. This sense of being lost is not unique to you, and it's certainly not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you're in transition. The key is to knowing what questions you need to ask yourself and setting small, meaningful goals that'll give you direction, even when you're unsure of your ultimate destination. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So, in case you've never seen me before, by the way, I'm Steve Carty. I'm a photographer, and I've been doing this for 34 years. Professional experience, a working pro for 34 years. I've worked with some of the biggest brands and personalities out there, but most importantly, I've built a life living through photographs and doing what I love, making pictures that matter. Along the way, I've coached photographers just like you, people who are feeling stuck or feeling lost, and I've helped them find their way. Like, if you're wondering where to go next, what to do next with your career, with your camera, with your photography, you're absolutely in the right place. By the end of today's episode, you're going to have a clearer sense of direction. You're going to know exactly what's been holding you back, and I'm going to give you the tools to start navigating yourself forward. We're going to dig into some questions that'll get you thinking differently. We're going to set some horizon goals that are going to guide you. And we're going to create a system. And this system is going to help you organize your thoughts. If you can commit to these steps today, you're going to find the clarity that you've been searching for. So, what are you going to learn today? Today, we are going to talk about why you feel lost and how to get out of it. You're going to learn how to, first of all, you're going to learn how to ask yourself the right questions to uncover the reasons behind your uncertainty. And I'm going to help you set horizon goals that give you direction, even if you're not sure where the finish line is. Using a system called wayfinding, I'm going to help you figure out your next steps. And I'll also talk about how to build a second brain to keep track of your ideas so you actually stay organized. So the plan, this is how we're going to do it. Number one, I'm going to help you ask the right questions. I'm going to walk you through some key questions that will help you reflect on what's really going on and why you're feeling lost. Number two, I'm going to help you set some horizon goals. We're going to talk about how to set horizon goals, simple, actionable goals that guide you when the big picture isn't that clear. And also, number three, I'm going to help you create a second brain. I'm going to show you how to build a system for capturing and organizing your ideas so you can turn them into action. So, let's talk about my exercises. Number one, asking the right questions. And I think it's important to write this down. Asking the right questions. And you're asking these questions of yourself. Asking the right questions. So, picture this. You're standing at a crossroads, but you don't know which direction you should head in. You need a map, but before you can create a map, you have to ask yourself some tough questions. So, take a moment, grab a pen, and reflect on these questions. This is hard and easy. Here's your first question to reflect on. Am I happy with my current life? That's your first question. Am I happy with my current life? That's the first question that you have to ask yourself. Are you really happy? Are you really happy with your current life? So, as you reflect on that, I'm going to give you another question. If not, here's your second question. If not, what are you doing to change that? If not, what am I doing to change that if I'm not happy with my current life? Ask yourself, what am I doing? What am I doing to actually make that different? Okay? Next. And again, super important. Another question. Do I think becoming a creative will change my life? Do you think becoming a creative will change your life? It's another question that I want you to ask yourself. Next question. This is so important. It's so important. This is the next question. What am I willing to change in order to get there? What am I willing to change? What am I willing to change in order to get there? Next question. These are questions for you that you have to ask yourself. Next question. What do I need to do differently? What do I need to do differently to reach my goals? What do I need to do? What do I need to do that I'm not doing right now? What do I need to do differently in order to reach my goals? What? What do I need to do? Another question that people don't ask themselves. They don't ask themselves. It's so important. Like, they want to reach their goals, but they're not willing to ask themselves this. They're not willing to ask themselves this. What am I willing to do in order to get there? What am I willing to do to get there? What am I willing to sacrifice? What am I willing to sacrifice in order to get there? What am I willing to sacrifice? Got to ask yourself that question. What am I willing to sacrifice? Because it's not working with what you're doing right now. Okay, next one. Can I create the time? Can I create the time necessary to fulfill this life-changing goal? Can I create the time necessary to fulfill this life-changing goal? Can I do that? Important question to ask yourself. This is my favorite one. It really is my favorite one because this is where the vision starts. And I want you to do all of these exercises. This is the kind of stuff that I talk to my professional accelerator members about, okay? Next, incredibly important. Like, imagine this. I want you to imagine this. What great things will happen? What great things will happen if I learn this new creator economy? What great things will happen if I learn how to become a creator in this new economy? What great things will happen if I become a content creator in this economy right now? Ask yourself that. What great things will happen if I learn this new creator economy? I'm hoping you're writing this down because it's so important. What great things will happen if I become a creator in this new economy? Okay? And now the smile stops. Because you have to also ask yourself this. What horrible things could happen if I don't? What horrible things could actually happen to me if I don't learn how to make it as a creator in this new economy? Ask yourself that. Write down some things. This is so necessary for you to go through this process. Like, this process is how you make steel. This is what I'm trying to do to you. I'm trying to turn you into steel. Another question to ask yourself. Will I ever be 100% ready to start? Will I ever be 100% ready? Will I ever be 100% ready to start? Will I? Ask yourself that. Will I ever be 100% ready to start? So, what I want you to do is I want you to write down your answers and keep them somewhere so you can revisit them. And those answers are going to help you guide your next steps. Okay? So, those are some very important questions to ask yourself. And number two is set horizon goals. And horizon goals are really important. Like, let's set some horizon goals. See how I put it across my forehead like that? Picture this. You're on a long hike and you don't know exactly where the trail ends, but you need to see the horizon in order to keep moving in the right direction. Okay? When you see the horizon, you can see where the sun is. And you know the sun sets in the west. So you can know that's the horizon. The sun's setting over there. So that must be the west. Your horizon goals are your goalposts, your guideposts that help you stay on track, even when your big picture isn't crystal clear. So try this. Write down 3 horizon goals that will guide you over the next few months. They should be simple, but significant to push you forward like this. Watch. I want to offer portrait photography to small business. That's a horizon goal. I want to create editorial style images for brands. It's a horizon goal. I want to make the leap to become a full-time photographer in the next 3 years. Horizon goal. The thing that's beautiful about horizon goals is all you need to know is what the horizon goal is. And then your whole life, you can just keep working towards that goal. Think about this. I want to make portraits for small businesses. So easy to have. That's your horizon goal. There's small businesses all around you. Walk in and be like, oh my God, are you the owner? No, I'm the manager. The owner's in the back. Can I speak to him? He comes in and you're like, I've been coming to your business and buying sandwiches here for easily a year and a half. I notice you don't have any social media. What's up with that? And he's like, oh, that's for the kids. I don't understand that kind of stuff. He's like, you understand. You see how many people are in your business? There's not many people here, right? You know why? Because they're all on social media. And then you open some social media accounts and you're like, look at this restaurant, 100,000 subscribers. Look at their feed. Look at how happy their customers are. You're not capturing that for your business. So tell you what, let me make an offer to you. What's your busiest day? Oh, Thursday lunch. Come here. It's packed. Have you ever had a photographer come at Thursday lunch and capture how much fun and how much enjoyment people are having? I never thought of it. I'll tell you what, on Thursday, I'm going to come by. I'm going to bring my camera. I'm going to bring my lights. And I'm just going to do a photo shoot for you. I'm going to shoot video clips for social media. And tell you what, I'll actually create an Instagram account for you. And I'll come every week and do this. And I'll feed it and we'll blow up your business together. How about that? He's like, oh, I don't have money for that. He's like, listen. You don't have to pay me anything. We'll do it for free. But if it works and it starts to blow up your business, do this for me. Give me a testimonial so I can do it for some other businesses. You see how easy that was? Do you see how easy that was? And I just told you that's how I want to offer portrait photography services for small businesses. Like just that, I just turned that horizon goal into an actionable step. Okay? Here's another one. I want to create editorial images for brands. Okay, here's what you do. Okay? Go out, buy a fresh pair of Jordans. Okay? Buy a fresh pair of Jordans, but don't wear them. Don't wear them out of the store. Keep them in the box. Keep them fresh. Like I have Jordans right there. Never even opened. Never even pulled out of the box. Like, because I'm going to photograph them. And what you do is you create, if you're a product photographer, let's do a product photographer example. So this is what you do. You go out, you buy a fresh pair of Jordans, and you execute the craziest product photography that you've ever done as if Nike hired you to do it, as if Jordan brand hired you to do it. And you'd pick a big brand. Like not unless you can get a Bugatti, but like Balenciaga or like Hermes or Dior, like go buy a handbag on your credit card, be like, what's your return policy? This is for my wife. I'm not really sure if she's going to like it. And they're like, oh, sir, no problem. As long as you have the tags and the bill and all the packaging, blah, 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 you can just bring it back, 100% refund. Cool beans. Then you buy it, you go home, and you photograph that Dior bag, and then you package it all back up, and you go back and you're like, you know what? My wife didn't like it. And you're like, oh, here you go. Here's your money back. And guess what? Now you have a Dior bag in your portfolio. Then the Nike shoe, the Air Jordan, the Dior bag, the Balenciaga piece of jewelry. You create the craziest photographs of it in your style. And then you post it on social media. The model, have her post it on social media. Like you post on social media, your assistant posts on, and then you tag those brands. And you're like, ha ha, Balenciaga, why don't you hire me to make your creative? Look at this creative that I did for you for free. Ha ha, Nike, I love your advertising, but look at this ad I created for you for free. You can use it for free if you tag me. Guess what? Nike reposts your picture on social media to 7 million people. And they tag this photographer made this picture for us, and we think it's great. That's how you create editorial images for brands and cross over into actually doing it. You see how amped I get, right? You see how amped I get? Well, I want to make the leap to full-time photographer in 3 years. I want to make the leap to full-time photographer in 3 years. Well, what are you doing to make that happen? What do you make? Wait, have you structured your business? Have you taken a course? Have you have you joined the Carty Method? Because you can't make the leap to a full-time photographer if you don't know what to do. So you have to make those horizon goals a reality. And once you know the goalpost, it makes it super easy to fall right through. That's horizon goals, and that's how you do it. You guys with me? You with me? You feeling it? So this is the next thing. And we're photographers. We're photographers, right? This is what we do. We're photographers. We have ideas up here. I'm going to tell you a secret. Number 3 is how I'm here. This is why I'm here still, okay? Number 3. This is called visual, jeez, spelling what I'm writing here. Visualize your future, okay? Visualize your future. Let me show you how I did it. And let me say how I do it. When I was, I love this story. I first started taking pictures when I was 14. Okay. And I didn't understand. I wasn't on the yearbook committee or anything like that, but it's like, I took pictures and developed them, and it was like nothing. I shot nothing, but just seeing whatever I saw come up in the paper was like mind blowing to me. Like, see that coming up through the developer is amazing. So, hey, Tam CC, welcome. So basically being able to like visualize something and turn it into a reality, like that's what photography is, right? Like we do that. That's like second nature. Like if we see something, we can capture it, right? But there's so many different ways to do this, right? Imagine when I was 17, my photography teacher showed me Vogue. She brought me American Vogue. She's like, here, Steven. And I'm like, I'm going to cry. Just thinking about this. Fuck. This woman brought me American Vogue. Okay, I'm 17 years old. I said, she brought me a fashion magazine. I'm like, this is a job? And she smiles and she's like, yeah, there's hundreds of photographers that get hired every month to shoot for this magazine. And I'm like, I have goosebumps because this is the day I became a photographer. And I said, this is a job. You're telling me this is a job. And I'm looking and it's like girls, like fashion, crazy locations in Italy and fine cars and crazy. I said, the photographers in this magazine, they get paid to do this? She's like, you have no idea how much they get paid. I'm going to be a photographer. And that was the beginning of me visualizing my future. So I pictured myself shooting for Vogue. I pictured myself shooting for Vogue. And you have to understand, this is insane. I pictured myself shooting for Vogue. Okay. And then I finally, at age 50, I get published in Vogue magazine. Finally. So understand, like, you have to be able to visualize your future. You have to. So try imagine yourself. Imagine this. Imagine yourself 20 years from now. You're giving a TED talk to hundreds, thousands of people, and they're hanging on your every word, and they're inspired by this incredible life that you've built. What value have you created over those years? What legacy do you want to leave behind? So if you think about like that TED Talk prompt of you 20 years from now, like when you're thinking about that person, it kind of makes you get off your ass and do some shit. What legacy do you want to leave behind? What value have you created over those 20 years? So write this down. Write this down. This is so visual and important. What is the meaningful purpose that you've been working towards? Okay? What is the meaningful purpose that you've been working towards? Here's mine. I'm trying to help 100,000 creatives make a living with their creativity. I'm trying to help 100,000 photographers make a living with their camera. I mean, I've heard so many times that my content works not just for photographers, but any creatives. I was on in the comments, and you know who you are, with an illustrator, and they're saying, "Oh my God, I'm an illustrator," and like, I'm not a photographer, but I do everything that you tell me, and I apply it to my illustration business, and it works. So I'm starting to loosen my content as far as opening it up to more creatives. And if you're a photographer, when I say creative, that's also you. I am an actual photographer, but I'm a creative too. So we walk through both of these. And most of all, we're content creators. Whether you're writing, coming up with ideas, whether you're making a video, whether you're shooting a photo, we're creating media. And that content, we can't just be content creators. I'd love to change that word, because we're not just pushing content. What I'd like to change the word to is I'm a value creator. That's what I do. I'm not a content creator. I'm a value creator. And I create value whether I'm making a photograph or making a video or making a YouTube video here for you on YouTube. I am a value creator. So what's the most meaningful purpose that you're working towards? That exercise, what that does is it helps you clarify what success looks like for you. And it can serve as a constant reminder of why you do what you do. As a photographer, I'm trying to photograph the faces of today's generation. There's a lot of faces, and there's a lot of people who are trying to be like, hey, I'm one of those people, but it crosses musicians and rappers and models and artists and actors and directors and like people who are in the public eye that are trying to do something. Like, those are the people who I photographed. So I photographed the faces of today's generation. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be a household name. I want everybody to know Carty as a photographer. So that's how you really start this process. And that's exercise 3. Exercise 3 is visualizing your future. And so incredibly important. Like, we can visualize, like, that's actually what we do. Anything that we can imagine, we can make happen. Like, words are so powerful that any words that you say are actually creating a reality. So this is why it's like, if you're a religious person, like, in the beginning, there was God. And like, before anything, there was the Word. And like, the Word is what spoke reality into existence. It's the Word. So our words are powerful, but the words can't come without first being able to visualize what you need to happen. It starts with the mind. Like, our whole body, our whole self is just inside of our head. This is just the meat suit that we're wearing. You know, like we're here to just experience. And when you're fearful and like you hold back and when you're resisting, it really like it stops you from actually living the life that is destined for you. So visualize an ideal future. This is where we talk about organization. The hard thing is with creatives is we have a lot of ideas. We have actually too many ideas. And if we had a second brain, that would actually solve so many problems. And we could actually build a second brain. Here's a scenario. You have 1,000 ideas floating around in your head, but without a system to capture them, they're gone as soon as you get distracted. So to stay organized and for you to move forward, you need a second brain. And Tiago Forte invented the second brain theory, and it's brilliant. Tiago Forte is on YouTube. He invented the second brain theory. I'm going to write his name down. Tiago Forte. Tiago Forte invented the second brain theory. So this isn't mine. So don't attribute it to me. But when I learned this, I grabbed onto it super quickly. Okay. It's a second brain. So do this. Start by writing down your thoughts, your ideas, your plans in a notebook or a digital tool, right? Your second brain becomes your go-to resource for keeping track of your goals, your tasks, and your insights. The more organized you are, the easier it becomes to make connections and to turn ideas into action. So what we do is we set them up in the para method. And the para method goes like this. It's the para method. Para. And it stands for projects, areas, reference. I can do a way better R than that. Reference and archive. So it stands for projects, areas, reference, and archive. And how you actually do this is in your notes app. Obviously, your notes app is set up like, you have your sidebar and you have like, this is your quick notes. And then you have your actual notes. And it's just like bang, 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 bang. And then they go forever if you're tracking your notes. I mean, if you're using note paper, it is incredibly difficult. And what I would suggest, or if you're using notebooks, I recently switched from notebooks into using this method. It's so difficult with notebooks because I just have stacks of notebooks here in my file cabinet, like just stacks. And it's like, I have to go back to every one. I got to capture pages. I got to read, like, it just became a system. Like there's just, I write everything down, but writing everything down, like I just threw my Apple Pencil. Hang on a second. Oh my goodness, I just broke the tip. That's strange. The tip popped off. I hope that doesn't mean I actually broke it. I think I broke my Apple Pencil, actually. That's devastating. That's devastating. Look, it dropped, and look, the tip fell off. So I don't know if it's gonna work. It still works, but it's not connected anymore. So, listen, we're gonna just put that aside. It's all right. We're getting to the end. So listen, what we have to do is set up our stuff in projects, areas, reference, and archive. And you can do that with your notes app. It's way harder if you're writing in like manual paper. The reason that you do it digitally is because you have it on your desk, especially if you're on a Mac, like you have it on your iPad, you have it on your phone, you have it on your desktop, like you have your notes app everywhere. And all you need to do is create 4 new folders. One is called projects, and anything that you're working on right now is in your projects folder. It's like, I'm working on my website. That's a project. So you have website and then all the notes that you need on your website in your projects folder. You're also working on marketing. So you have, but again, projects is always great if you use projects just for like photo shoots. Let's say just keep projects for like photo shoots. And then under areas, with areas, you can make areas. Yeah, let me just show this. What you can do with your areas is you can make your areas all simply about all the different types of things that you need to do with your business. All like marketing and accounting and also stuff for your house. Oh my God, I got to mow the lawn and I got to like get the mail and I got to pick up that package and I need to buy that from Amazon. Like your areas is just all the different areas of your life that you need notes on. Okay? Just put everything in areas. Okay? And then reference. Reference is all the links, all your bookmarks. Oh my God, that thing I want to get, that thing I need, that thing that taught me how to do that thing, that YouTube video that taught me how to do this thing that I need to watch. Like it becomes like your reference library. You just go to references, everything is labeled, and you can do a search and it shows you exactly what you're looking for. And then with your areas and projects, once you don't need something in your areas section, you can move it to archive. Once you don't need something in your project section, once it's finished, you can move it to archive. You can open your project, grab any reference material from that project that you could use later, any mood boards or anything like that, and you move that into your reference section so you can find them later, and then you archive that project. Like this is a simple way to like build a second brain. Everything is written down in projects, areas, reference, or archive, and it makes it super simple. The next thing is I've created the professional photographer's habit tracker, which gives you a place to input all of the goals that we talked about today, your horizon goals, and a place to ask yourself these questions, and so much more. My habit tracker is kind of pimp. I'm actually really proud of this habit tracker and just the people who have it. I mean, it's more than anything, it's about the people who have it. It's the professional creatives daily habit tracker. And it basically helps you emotionally connect to your goals and build your value offering and align your actions with your long-term vision. It gives you literally all of these amazing resources and things that you need to do this week. Move the needle on my work, on my post, on my packaging, on my outward reach, on my business, on my systems. Every day, I suck if I don't do this. I suck if I don't do this. I suck if I don't do this. And then shit I must find time to do with the reason why. Like, this is where you put your life admin stuff and your to-dos and stuff that you've been avoiding forever. You put it here and include the reason why you need to do them or what happens if you don't. I need to do this thing that I hate because if I do, I'll be able to start taking clients. I need to do this other thing that I hate because if I don't, I might really be behind. Learn this thing that I'm avoiding because if I don't, what am I really even doing? And I suck at this. I suck because I haven't done this yet and it'll move the needle. So it's your life. Like use this as a guide. And I basically set up all of these habits that you could try to do every day. And you can set these up. Like these are customizable. You can make them your own. But the way that I've set this up is if you do this every week, you'll make the progress in 12 weeks that it takes an average person to do in a year. And this is your intelligent imitation portfolio. This is your mood boards. This is where you find people in the industry's work that just blows you away. And you just see it here every day in your habit tracker. Shows you what you should be doing every week. And then I also talk about how to be magnetic. So you can get this habit tracker. The link's in the description. It's just like, I need to create these tools because I think it's important for you to have a place to input these goals, and it needs to be digital. I really do believe that it's so much better if it's digital. So If you're ready to stop feeling lost and start building a clear, actionable path for your photography career, please join my photography mentorship community. I've been where you are right now, and I know how to help you get to the other side. Trust me, community, other people who are just like you, trying to do exactly what you're trying to do, all in one place, all with like, your friends can't talk to you about the kind of stuff that you want to talk about relating to photography and photography business. They can't help you. That's why I put a whole bunch, and literally in 3 months, I have almost 500 people in this group. So the link is in the description. It's at thecartymethod.com. Make sure you go and register yourself at thecartymethod.com as well. At the end, I'm doing a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away some of my digital products. I'm pretty excited to be doing that. So if you want to be one of the people who get one of my digital products for free, or maybe even a free hour of coaching, I'm picking from the Carty Method, and also people who leave the hashtag Carty, hashtag Carty20K on this video or my podcast from Sunday. Remember, you don't have to wait for the perfect time to start your photography business. You don't have to wait for the perfect time to start. You can actually begin right now.
This commercial-free live stream was brought to you by the members of this channel. If it wasn't for you, we'd have to fill up these live streams with ads that would just interrupt the flow. The members of this channel make commercial-free content during these live streams possible. Consider becoming a member for $5 a month today to gain access to secret live streams, live chats, and to show your support with that crown badge next to your name. Sharing is caring. If this content has brought you value today, share it, clip it, post it to your socials. Curating and sharing helpful content makes you an expert, even if the content you're sharing isn't yours. Be a curator and share this content with your network. If you're an emerging or struggling photographer that's trying to break free from your current 9-to-5 grind and transition to the life of a working pro photographer, that's our obsession here at the Carty Method. Register, get the support you need. If you're alone and struggling at this craft, make sure you join the Carty Method community. You'll always find help in the show notes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Find your creative and business genius with the Carty Method.
Hey, we'll see you guys at the after party. We're doing an after party like we do every Tuesday. We do the Carty Method mentorship meetup, but you have to be a member of the Carty Method mentorship community. All you need to do is go to thecartymethod.com, join my community, and you'll get the Zoom link. And I will see you guys in there in 15 minutes. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching.